This is an overview of the ebook resource we've created for the course EdTech 3123 Applications of Educational Technologies. In this first video, I want to keep it short and go through the basic menu items and just a quick tour, and then we can go more in depth into another video. The URL is mytechplayground.com. So, and you see it right here by these little playing kids, and we really chose that purposefully because we want this to be all about play and fun, and we're so excited to be able to offer a book at no cost, but that will also be able to follow 5 years from now. You can come back to this resource, and hopefully we'll be keeping it up, and you can use it for professional development in whatever school you're teaching in. So that's the method behind the madness. Let me give you the quick tour. Over here on the left is the main menu bar. So it has our table of contents here. There's a community that if you have a question about a certain chapter or assignment or something, you can ask the entire community. Now that's all 9 sections of EdTech 3123 at once. So realize when you click on Join Our Community and ask a question, it will be the entire body of 3123, all 9 sections this semester in this community, which is great. It's a great way to share ideas across all sections and that sort of thing. You can invite people, you can share photos, links, videos, events. A great thing to post on here is work that you're really proud of. For example, when we do the video production unit, you may be so proud of your video that you've uploaded to YouTube and produced yourself that you want to put it on here, and that would be fabulous. We'll try to get some work from other past years up there too to give you ideas. Below the community is a link to our program. Our educational technology program has 2 undergraduate courses, but we also have a full master's degree program with options in educational technology and school library media certification. We have a doctorate degree that is a PhD in educational technology, and then we also have a graduate certificate in online teaching. So this gives you more information about the program as a whole if you're interested in maybe thinking about further degrees down the line. Over here on the right, we have some live Twitter feeds. I love this because I can say, oh look, your textbook is up to date as of 34 minutes ago or 42 seconds ago, whatever's most recent. This is a Twitter feed of the hashtag EdTech, and you're going to be surprised at how much pops up here that is really interesting. This one is the top 10 EdTech stories for the year 2013. So as you're in this class, you're going to find a lot of extra interesting things. Here's using Creative Commons images and presentations, which we're actually going to talk about that in about week 6. And it was actually tweeted by a guy from Oklahoma. So that's even really interesting. So as you log into this book, take a look at these things that you'll be. Here's an interactive infographic. We're going to make one of those in week 4. So it's going to be very timely information. The first Twitter feed, again, is the subject EdTech. The second one is tweets directly from the College of Education Tech Playground account. And this, you'll learn more about this space. It's actually a physical room in 326 Willard. It's our Tech Playground. Tech stands for Transforming Education Through Creative Habits. And we want everyone coming in and using that physical playground a lot, too. The last thing that was tweeted here was about 3D printing, which you can take a look at. Okay, so this is the homepage. Just explains a little bit about the organization. Over here, let's look at the actual menu. Learning Technologies is the first chapter, and that's the chapter we'll be reading for weeks 1 and 2. So when you need to know what you need to be reading, think about what week it is, and you can look at over here and see that weeks 1 and 2 we're going to be reading this chapter. Now, reading the chapter includes watching any videos and clicking on links. I clicked into Learning Technologies week 1 and 2 chapter. Over here on the right you have a table of contents. So here's week 1. I'm going to read that in week 1. By the beginning of week 2, you'll want to read the week 2 assignment. And if you click here, it'll jump down to week 2. We're still on the same web page, but it will jump down. Now notice, here are some links. Reading this chapter, including clicking on this link and doing whatever it says in here that you should do. Like this one happens to be a video. This is part of the book, so you'll want to watch this video as part of the book. Each chapter is set up this way. Their assignments are embedded. For example, in week 1 and 2, you scroll down here and here's an assignment that you have 3 things you're going to click on and do those activities. And more of this will get explained in class, but I just want to show you that there's a whole lot more in this book besides just what to read. Let's go back up to the top and look at week 3 and 4 because it's a little different. Week 3 and 4 has a table of contents over here. So for week 3, you're going to read this portion of the chapter. For week 4, you're going to read this portion of the chapter. And week 4 is actually when we actually have you start teaching each other. We do a wonderful assignment in this class called peer team teaching, and you will be on a team that you will work together to teach a lesson. Now, these assignments down here in these subpages are your actual lessons that you're going to teach. One of you on this team will be the lead teacher, and here's exactly what you're going to do. One of you will be the tech expert. Here's what you're going to do. One of you will be the resource manager. Here's your duties. And one will be the assessment specialist. Here's your duties. And then whoever your instructor is will be the instructional coach for your team. So there's really 5 people on each team, 5 different roles that you'll be playing. And you'll have a planning guide. The lead teacher is responsible for getting this planning guide open. I'm going to open it in a new link so you can take a look at it. Now, here's where you do your real work, is in this planning guide. You'll get lots of information about it, but here's how you know what you're going to teach when it's your week to teach. And this class, we're here to help you through that. We're going to feel free to interrupt you and say, okay, this isn't going as well as maybe it should. Let's think about what we could do different. So you're going to have a lot of trust in your instructor and work really well with your instructor in this class because we're going to do a lot of this collaborative work. Now, where you find those are on the weeks that they come up. So that was week 4. If we go to week 5, it's on assessing learning, and here's the reading assignment over here under the contents. But then you have this sub-page that explains the peer team teaching, which is what PTT stands for. This one will be on digital portfolios. We'll be signing up for which one you want to participate in on week 3. So that's coming up, and you'll get lots more information about it in class. But I wanted to show you as part of the tour of this ebook where it is. Okay, so this goes through weeks 1 through 17. And then the next item is incredibly important. It's the course calendar. This is how you know what to do week to week. The thing I like about using, this is all done in Google Sites, but the thing I like about it is like I'm going to click on week 1. So here's the information for week 1, where the different sections are going to meet and the dates. And here's what we're going to cover. Here's your reading assignment. We're going to go over the syllabus, course overview, that sort of thing. Now, let's say you want to copy this to your own personal calendar. You could do that. And that way it pops up on your calendar as well as being here embedded within the book. Also, anytime anything is due, it will be on this calendar to help you remember. It's in the syllabus. It's in the part of the book that has your assignment, but it is also in this calendar. So you've got it multiple places when things are due. No excuses for not getting them in on time because it's about 3 different places at least, and then you can also copy that to your own calendar. Okay. How do you know what you're doing when it's due is the assignments and rubrics page. When you click here, this will take you to a document that explains each of this first one is talking about the peer team teaching, and you're going to do this twice. You'll play a different role. 40% of your grade is individual performance in that role, and then 60% is the whole team. There's a rubric to show how that's broken out right here. We're going to do a couple of lesson plan makeovers. Rather than starting from scratch, writing lesson plans from scratch, we're going to take ones that are typically handed to a new teacher in a teacher's edition textbook, and we're going to make them over so they're more engaging, they're differentiated to meet all learners' needs, they integrate technology, that sort of thing. When your peers are teaching you, you'll have some peer assignments. That's explained in this, and then we'll have a final. And you can go ahead and click here and get that on your calendar as well, depending on your section. Okay, back to the book. That's the calendar. Assignments and rubrics. If you click on check your course grades, this is going to take you back to D2L, to the online classroom. In the online classroom are your grades, the syllabus. We'll be using the discussion board, and we'll use the Dropbox twice. Everything else is in the book. The next item is the DIGO group, edtech@okstate.edu. DIGO is a social media tool that allows you to share resources and collect resources. This is yet another thing that we want to follow you long after you graduate from OSU. If you think back, oh, we did this wonderful learning how to code item in EdTech 3123, what was that? And then you might say, oh yeah, it was Hackosaurus. You can do a search for the tag coding and come up with that. So we will all be contributing to this online resource that collects and tags and annotates these great resources for us to use. But there's a main link on the page to come back to this in the book. The EdTech program website, the team will give you more information about instructors who teach this class. Since we're all teaching the same thing, you're welcome to come to any of us. Some of us happen to be on campus more than others, so feel free to talk to any of us, and if we can help you, we sure will. The sitemap is like an index in a book. If you can't remember where something is, this gives you a picture of each page, and that may prompt where you need to go back to. So it's another way of navigating. Okay, we hope you enjoy this, and most of all, we would love to have your comments and ideas. If you come through Chapter 1, Learning Technologies, and you have a great idea, you notice at the very end, I'm not logged in, so I don't have permission to add comments, but commenting on the book is very important to us. We've made changes every semester based on student comments, and we would love to add things like your great work and real student work from teachers out there in any school. So we'd love to hear back from you. Thanks a lot, and enjoy this ebook.